Here just in the nick of time. We're going to be watching Champagne and Cocaine versus Cafe Monster. So I believe Cafe Monster is the #1 seed in IM. We watched them on this very map only a week or two ago when they narrowly defeated Meat Market. On the other side, Champagne and Cocaine is a team that I've actually played a couple recent Pug scrims against. A lot of their players I've seen around in ESEA Pugs and the sort. But if I had to, well, why don't we go over the rosters real quick? So, first of all, we got Cafe Monster. We've seen them before. We got Goldfish on Pocket. We've got, oh man, they're all over the place. Yomps on Scout, Purple Shirt on Roamer, High Five on Scout, Deska on Demo, and Gekner on Medic, I assume? I think that's the same roster we saw them play with in the last match. So, on the other side, we've got Champagne and Cocaine, hard drug users. Hopefully they're sober for this important match. And we've got HB, which is Hellbent, roaming, playing he's a pretty talented rocket jumper, so we'll probably see him flying all over the place. Got Chair User, aka Mason, once Invite Medic, once Invite something else, I don't know. But now playing, I believe, Pocket here in IM. You got Sam with the 2 A's in on Medic for Cocaine. We've got, who else? We got Joshua, aka Dolphin Rider, is that who that is? On Scout for Cocaine, Sezco on Scout, so that's a formidable Scout combo. Definitely invite level. And you got Muma on Demo, one of the up-and-coming demos left in this game. Plays Platinum UGC Highlander as Demo. Actually is, I think, my backup on my team after being, I guess, cut from his other team. And the whole team seems like they do aspire to greatness, but you know, it's just a question of, do they have all the right pieces? Do they have the right mentality, you know? Do they have what it takes to win? But what team does Free State play on? He's not in this server, but last season he played, or this season he played on Mangachu's team called Nice Nice Nice, among other names. But he quit the team actually come playoffs and might have joined another team. I'm not sure, but yeah. Good evening, Fiery. Roster sounds a bit terrifying. Yeah, you know, the familiar names tend to be, for me at least, they're on the Cocaine roster, but I've seen enough out of Cafe Monster that despite a lot of their players being like completely out of nowhere, coming like up through the ranks, it seems that Cafe Monster might have the edge in terms of, you know, teamwork and the pace that they play at, you know. One of the big things about the top of IM, and especially once you get into Invite, is that teams play at a very high pace, and that's the thing that really, if you are starting out in Open and you go up against Invite players and top IM players, that's what you'll notice is they just make decisions so much quicker, they punish you on your mistakes so much quicker, and you really need to be thinking a lot quicker. That's just how it is, and that makes the game a lot more exciting, more fun to play and to watch, of course, at the high level. So if I had to give a prediction here at the beginning of this match, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just go with the proven favorite in IM. I'll go with the Cafe Monster. I'll give it to them at a 5-2. I'm gonna give it to them 5-2. I think that they just seem to have a little bit better team cohesion and chemistry. Goldfish, I'd say, is probably the better Pocket in the server. Meanwhile, I think that the Scout combo is really going to be pretty even, but those 2 rounds that I'm going to throw for throw towards Champagne and Cocaine, I think it's going to be on the back of their Scouts, Joshua and Sezco. I think those are their 2 main playmakers, really. I think that their style at times is a little bit chaotic and aggressive. I've played a good handful of pug scrims actually against Champagne and Cocaine, and I think that they do have issues with overextending, especially their demo man, Muma. But you know, overall, it's their scouts that kind of shine and get the kills. But we're going live here, boys. Turn on that view model, and also let me disable my overlay real quick so that we can see all of the all the health on both teams. Turn that off. All right, hopefully everything is nice and clear. And all right, rolling out. Here we go. First middle. I'm actually going to be watching HB Hellbent. Going to be Roman here. Traditionally plays with about like 90 ping, but now he's got 70. Going to be jumping up on the roof and just spamming across, taking his time, waiting for his team to be in position, and now he's going to be pushing across and actually just playing it passive, spamming down. Looks like the aggression came out of Cafe Monster first, and in classic TF2 fashion, guess who wins the mid? It's Cafe Monster. I think for the next mid, if Champagne and Cocaine are going to want to adapt to that, they're going to need to go more aggressive, and I was shocked to see Hellbent there not even jump in at all. Such a talented rocket jumper. I think you'd want to take advantage of that, but we already got Champagne and Cocaine on last 3 off classes. That's what I like to see. That means they don't want to lose, you know. You run off classes because that's how you waste the other team's time. If you just play a standard lineup, you know, they're just going to push you around. But having the sentry, having the heavy, having the sniper, it forces the other team to you know, deal with those off classes, deal with the extra health that you put on the field, you know. So now Yomps pushing in left. Sezco does get the headshot on Deska, and Cherry User focuses down purple shirt, so this push is actually falling apart, and I will say a lot of credit has to be given to those off classes. Gekner probably not going to escape here, trying to run for his life, but 2 scouts right on his tail. Joshua and Sezco take him down. Sezco cuts him down with that sword. And going into mid, no medic on the defense. See, that's a situation where if you know if you're a medic, you're not going to escape. You might be better off hitting your kill bind. That way you spawn a little bit sooner, can get in position, put the heals on your team, and maybe a defense will be somewhat possible. But Champagne and Cocaine making this push all the way out of last into middle. Already have 2 picks, and the Uber has only just now been forced 3 picks at the cost of 1 Uber. Is it worth it? I would question that. I would say no, but because though it looks like Champagne and Cocaine are going to take their time here capping middle. So High Five and Purple Shirt, who did give up their lives to get that force out, are going to spawn in time. Yom's just going to barely miss it. 2 seconds left on his spawn time. But looks like the Uber advantages have shifted, of course. Gekner has that advantage, and him and his team are going to be positioning for a push into mid. Looks like Champagne and Cocaine are doing the wise thing. They're playing on that high ground, you see. When the blue team is pushing in here and they see a bunch of people on the roof, you know, not only can they not give any damage, but they're gonna take unresponded damage, or whatever the word is. But a clean force and gonna escape with the full Uber. It's gonna be a quick one. Ubering right here in kitchen. Purple Shirt gonna die for it. But a couple players weak there on the Cocaine side. Meanwhile, Cafe Monster got a lot of cap time, but now just focusing down targets, relying on that scout DM. Yomps and High Five just focusing targets, and they're actually going to defend this and get the cap. Wow. Here comes Sezco in, so confident, pushes in, but goes down. Gekner was down to 16 health there from a meat shot from Sezco, but look at High Five and Yomps just dancing all over the point, taking care of everyone that comes their way. Wow. Look at these scouts. The Chariot strat, as it's called, and Gekner going to survive. The confidence from High Five and Yomps taking down everyone from Champagne and Cocaine, and I think that's going to be enough to break this round open, pushing to last. 90% advantage. 2 snipers on the side of Cocaine and an engineer. Let's see. Oh, if only one of them was zoomed in on that door, they could have had this shot right on the medic. The Uber is popped, and Deska just trying to play his range. Gonna push his team onto the point, but what's happened here? Cocaine is holding it. It looks like, or maybe not. Though the health is not quite on the side of Cafe Monster. If Champagne and Cocaine can focus well here, they can kill off High Five. and then take out Goldfish. Actually, they take out Goldfish first, then Sezco. So immediately we're seeing the scouts once again making the big plays. Here it is. Sezco and Joshuan takes down almost everyone on that last hold, and they're going to be pushing out once again. So looks like they got something figured out with those last holds. But what really went wrong for Cafe Monster there going in, it looked like they committed too many people to the point, you know. When you go in with an Uber advantage, a 90% Uber advantage, which is just, I mean, that's the best thing you could ask for, really. You want to be focusing frags, you know. You have plenty of time to get your kills, then get on the point. But they put people on the point a little bit too early, in my opinion. And it costs them a lot. Purple shirt, again, actually softens up Sam, and Sam drops to Yomps, I think. So a huge, huge play there made by the Cafe Monster. And wow, look at the health for all of Champagne and Cocaine. And they're all just dying here. They decided that when their medic dropped, they were going to go all in. But didn't quite pay off, didn't quite work out for them. And they lost 3 of their heavy classes for it, leaving just 2 scouts with really no way to hold this. But we've seen them do it twice already. Can they hold last? They're going to be setting up the engineer. Sentry's going up. Everyone else going to be getting their buffs. Gekner with his 100% Uber charge. And here it goes. They're leading it in on the left. They've got Goldfish in so deep, and he puts a rocket right onto Sam's head, but doesn't follow up on the damage. The Sentry's still not down. Purple shirt low. High five goes down. And Sezco up on heavy. Gets a couple frags here. Sezco and HB. My god, they're holding it once again. Sezco and HB cleaning up 6 people. Sam going to survive even after taking that 80 damage rocket to the dome. And he's going to be pushing out with 80% once again. So we've seen history repeat itself 3 times here. Pushing into last in this very first round. Very close match between Cafe Monster and Champagne and Cocaine. Uber's fully charged. Deska on the last push did get a trap kill right there. Going to be trying for the exact same trap. I question that, you know. Hopefully, Champagne and Cocaine will learn from that mistake and will not die to this sticky trap. But trying to initiate here. The soldiers jumping up on the roof. Trying to make some room so that their combo does not have to pop. And Sezco goes down to the trap. Every trap, every spam rocket just buys them a little bit more time to potentially hold this. But Muma getting 2 frags on that Uber. Great play by Muma there. And Gekner very low. If that call was made, then I would have liked to see a soldier chase all the way on it. Knowing that they had a big Uber advantage, a bit unnecessary in my opinion to full stack the point. They did a lot of damage. They got 2 picks. That's when you want to take advantage of that momentum, you know, take it all the way. Pick off Gekner where you know he doesn't quite have the Uber and you know he's low health. Not a big risk even to just send someone for that suicide when you already have 2 big picks and the positioning advantage. But here's Goldfish trying to lead it in through the catwalk. Just going to be jumping up on the roof. The Uber's popped really early. No one even going to die from the Cocaine squad here. And I question that, you know. For my team, we like to have a lot of people trying to initiate, try and make room, and try and make it so that we don't have to Uber in. And because of that wasted Uber by Cafe Monster, it actually allowed Sam to Uber his squad in, but he overextends so far, my god. Pushes all the way to the other team's side when all they really needed to do was take positioning and reestablish a stalemate there. Just Muma going to survive. Gekner got down low to 50 health again, but he's going to survive, so really a questionable use of that Uber, especially considering the fact that Goldfish was nowhere in position to even put any pressure out. So it's just Muma backing up. And are we going to see a 4th attempt on last from Cafe Monster here? I think we are. And Sezco on Sniper, Joshua on Engie. We got those classic off classes. And Goldfish seeing that trap, just going to avoid it completely, move to the right. Not going to waste his time clearing stickies when he knows he's got an Uber advantage that's ticking away. And every second that they wait here in this lobby is another chance for Champagne and Cocaine to build their Uber and potentially hold this. Goldfish actually looks like it's not going to be in on this Uber. It's a scout and demo Uber. Immediately take out the sentry, but they get in clean. And Goldfish is going to be bombing in, gets launched to the skybox. Don't go for air shots at a time like this, boys. This is when you need to be killing everyone else who's actually a threat. But 3 kills. It's all coming down to DM right now. Looks like Sezco and HB might just do it once again. My god. This combo right here, HB and Sezco, without them, Champagne and Cocaine would be so lost. In fact, they probably would have lost 4 rounds by now because these boys know how to hold their lasts, apparently. Gekner going to spawn first. He's going to get like a 5-second Uber advantage here over Sam. Not going to mean much, but I would like to see the two teams slow it down a little bit, set things up for the next push. But actually, Cafe Monster going to go all in. Going to go for that dry push. No advantage. A beautiful direct there onto Yomps. Yomps going to crater. Goldfish, though, with a little bit of positioning. And high five and Purple Shirt getting frags. Purple Shirt with a nice flank there. Goldfish picks one off, too. And it's just Sezco. Cafe Monster's not going to wait this time. They're going to be going straight in. No time for spawns. Sezco actually wins a 1v1 on the point. And, almost bought just enough time for his spawns. But that first round, that one took a long time. It wasn't the cleanest of rounds. Cafe Monster does take it after 5 attempts on last. They're going to be leading this match now. And going forward into the next mid. We saw it last mid. It was all about the aggression from Purple Shirt who opened that up. So I'm going to be watching him again as he jumps in here on mid. Moving towards the right side. Sees Muma, but might just make him his next target. Here he goes off the roof. And wow, look at how grouped up all of Champagne and Cocaine are. They're so far back and so grouped up. If they keep playing their mids like this, all they're going to be able to rely on are those miracle last holds because they're just going to get wiped every mid. Joshua trying to escape with his life, only down to 30 health, but I don't see him making it out of this. Oh, down to 25, and the chase is still on. There it is, high five. Gonna lay it down, takes down Joshua, and that's going to be a late death. If Gekner and company get their Uber charge and they get in position, they can get into last before Joshua's up, and that could mean one less off class to worry about. We've seen him playing engineer, so pushing without that sentry being up could be crucial to their success on this push. Looks like they're trying to make this a quick round compared to the last one, which took how long? Last one took over 10 minutes, so here they are positioning up, but Joshua's already spawned. 30% Uber for Sam, and the Uber is popped just a second too late. Muma with the fast reactions on that sticky trap drops Yomps the scout in the doorway, and all of Cafe Monster collecting on the right side, but losing numbers rapidly. 2 kills for them, but now it's just Deska and Gekner trying to retreat out through lower. Sezco on the chase. There's Gekner finally suiciding, but Sezco has consistently gotten 3 kills on every last hold here, and I'm really just shocked. It seems the Cafe Monster squad, they know their mids. Champagne and Cocaine fail on the mids. Then when it comes to the last pushes, Cafe Monster starts falling apart, and Champagne and Cocaine, they know what to do. So both teams playing their strengths very well. It's making this a very exciting match. And the advantage is very slight for Sam, though, going into mid. But picking off Goldfish, losing the pocket that early, that could be a huge opening for all of Champagne and Cocaine coming into mid. Joshua trying to make some space, trying to scout it out. Sees Purple Shirt bombing in, but Purple Shirt with 2 clean rockets takes out Sam. As the scout, you really got to be setting yourself up to deny those roamers. You saw Joshua drop down to the low ground, and then Purple Shirt had the easiest jump in the world off the roof. And what's the scout going to do if the roamer's so much at such a height advantage, you know? That's why as a scout, you got to control that height advantage. You got to keep track of the other team soldiers. Wow. I thought they really would have had that. And if they could just pick off Purple Shirt, who gives him that early pick, you know, if he just takes advantage of that, they could get an easy mid cap. But here it is again. Can we see another miracle last hold? Muma watching the right side. Does he have a trap up? No, he's just getting pushed back into the spawn, but he's gonna survive. HB though down, chair user down. Sezco, what are you gonna do this time? And the cap time is on the point, and they're just gonna cap it up. They lost 2 frags early and really couldn't recover from that. Not enough time to set up all their off classes, and it's now 2-0 for Cafe Monster. Really, this is the time for Champagne and Cocaine to turn this around. It's time for them to go aggressive on these mids. I'm gonna watch Muma and see really what's going on here. Why is his team so passive? He's sitting in the back a little bit, sees 2 of Cafe moving to the left. The scout and the soldier hits that sticky across the map. Gonna slow down that soldier, but here they come. Both soldiers bomb right in, and Muma actually survives narrowly, 30 health. So a little bit of a better job cleaning up the frags this time. They're not gonna full wipe. They at least pick off Gekner. Here comes chair user Mason in on mid, but forgets about how vital it is to play heals when you have the medic advantage. Sezco gonna take the scout 2v1. Gets 1 shot in the back, hits the meat shot, but unable to clean up on high five. Takes him down to 80 health. The taunt, he's laughing his ass off as he caps that point. High Five going to survive it. Last one standing, and he's going to be just holding his ground here on mid. But I really want to see Champagne and Cocaine set up for a hold. We saw the last time they were in this position at just a slight uber disadvantage. They let Cafe Monster just flood right in, and it looks like that's exactly what's about to happen again, and they're not prepared for it. Champagne and Cocaine so far back, giving them all this room in the world, but here it is. They're actually going to challenge this time. HB in with 2 clean rockets, takes out Gekner. Purple shirt behind. He's going to get caught, and Sam low on health, but here comes Goldfish. Very smart use of that flank route down underneath. While he knew there was some fighting still happening over here while the team was distracted, took advantage of it, jumped up, followed up on the damage of his team, equalized that medic advantage. Crucial, quick decision making. Great play by Goldfish there. And now it's going to be, again though, Cafe Monster with a slight uber advantage. Champagne and Cocaine with the positioning advantage, the control of mid, finally a chance to make a push of their own onto Cafe Monster. And but Cafe Monster, I think they're gonna actually they're going for the exact same push that just failed for Cafe Monster, just pushing right on into yard. Here's Muma leading the charge, getting focused down by a soldier. He's down to 60 health, down to 10 health, and he's just gonna get focused down. Oh man, they're losing numbers left and right. Yomps takes off Muma and Joshua, and Sam surviving with 20 health. Is he going to make it out? Only 60 health here on mid. And it looks like Cafe Monster's just going to keep trying to push this in. Yomps gets 3 kills on that push, and the cannonballs are flying, but Sam's going to escape. Going to get the Uber. His spawns from Joshua and Muma will be up just in time. Still down 2 though, but I think they can buy their team a little bit of time here on second. Looks like Chair User is going to want to take that solo Uber in deep, and he actually picks off Deska, so a nice use of that Uber aggression. That's what I like to see. Rather than sitting back and getting forced, they use the Uber aggressively, and they use it proactively, and they actually get a crucial pick off of it, something that I would like to see them pressure mid off of, but it looks like they might be slowing it down. Come on, no demo, no traps to worry about. That's like a third of the spam of the other team completely eliminated, but looks like they don't have the confidence to really get in there. No clean openings. Cafe Monster doing a good job of keeping the spam up, but now after Deska's already spawned, it's strange that now is when they decide to come in, but Goldfish bombs in. Sam probably about to get bombed by Purple Shirt. We've seen it happen a few times already. Actually, he's not in position, so the frag's all going the way of Champagne and Cocaine. Just Gekner escaping. You don't need to stack this. Come on, you just killed them all. This is the second time I think that we've seen them stack mid when they could have chased and really punished the remaining survivors of Cafe Monster. So, but this Uber's coming in. They know Gekner has a slight disadvantage, so the Uber's coming in. I'd like to see them focus down Gekner first. That rocket jump, if that were a C-tap, he'd already be in on Gekner. And oh man, the whiffed rockets. Gekner 90%, gonna have the chance to probably get this here. Muma goes down, Joshua goes down. My god, it seems no team knows how to use their Ubers to just get some frags, focus targets, and play as a team. The last holds have been quite spectacular in this match so far. Sam just barely escaping, always weak when he escapes, but the Uber on Gekner. And let's see, are Cafe Monster going to stack this point, or are they going to realize the number advantages? And the Uber advantages are more important and not going to be pushing on that that cap time. Actually, it looks like they slowed it down. They're going to allow Champagne and Cocaine to build up their Uber to 80%. So if the spam is placed well enough from Cocaine here, they might just be able to get the force and re-push immediately. Goldfish in deep, but maybe slightly overextended. The counter Uber coming now. Here's Chair User jumping in. Gekner going to escape. Somehow they just don't get their team in aggressively. And Sam, oh man, he's going to go down. So it looks like Yomps might have just completely terrorized the flank there while they were trying to Uber in. Quick reaction there from Goldfish. Directs down Mason there with that rocket. And we're looking at a 3-0 pretty soon here. %. Sam spawning now. Might be just enough time to buff up all his players, but they're going to need to be doing that quick. I wouldn't be building hard in this situation. Knowing you're at a huge disadvantage, the priority needs to be getting heals to all your players because the chances of you getting Uber are quite low. So all his soldiers, his heavy should be at 450 right now. This could be a huge mistake. something he could regret if this round ends here. But here's High Five just pushing across the top. Yomps and Goldfish picking up 2 frags, and High Five just going to be focusing down the heavy with his team. Gets that frag and just going to be running onto the point. It's just HB, but as a roamer with no shotgun, not much you can do. And it's a quick 3-0 half here. Cafe Monster leading it. And just a lot of really, really poor repushes from the Cocaine squad. A lot of opportunities to chase that they're not taking advantage of. And, you know, they've had some really nice last holds, but last holds don't win rounds. They just prolong the round, you know. They just delay the inevitable if you can't nail those pushes, you know. So, Cafe Monster moving at a quick pace, always getting in on their Uber advantages. They're doing a great job of that. And just in general, much better pushes. I think on the last push, though, we did see a little bit of a flank dominance. Skippy, thank you for the sub. Flank dominance there from the Cafe Monster squad. So they're really just putting that aggression on, you know. They're not allowing Champagne and Cocaine to get those clean pushes. They're always making something happen on the flank, always winning those DM fights. And we've seen it twice already that they've been confident enough to just push without having Uber, without even really having positioning, but they're just moving with that aggression and that speed, you know what I mean? So, we're watching you. Skippy, it's an A, not a 4 in the beginning. If you click in the chat, there's a smiley face. You can just click on those and you can deliver all the emotes you want, sorry. But anyway, going into this next half, this is really the last chance for Champagne and Cocaine to turn things around. They've already kind of started to figure out the mids, so that's a good start. Now they need to start figuring out their team pushes, okay? They need to be consistent with the mids. They need to at least not wipe, okay? And then they need to figure out some team pushes. And, you know, I have yet to see them even hold the second point once. It seems every time that Cafe Monster tries to push in, they just kind of forfeit it. They give it up for free. So, this next half is really going to be the pressure time for Champagne and Cocaine, and I think this might, this is a playoff intermediate match, I believe, so a lot on the line here, and this is when they prove that they do deserve to be here in these playoffs. This is, you know, just the beginning. Maybe they'll make an appearance in the grand finals, but certainly Cafe Monster were the favorites going into this match, so you know, you can't really be shocked at the current status of this match, but you know, no one's unbeatable. You can't overestimate your opponents. Champagne and Cocaine are using this halftime wisely, you know, taking their time, hopefully discussing what they need to change, reflecting on past mistakes, you know, just trying to figure it out, because every match is winnable, you know. I've seen countless 4-0 deficit to 5-4 comebacks, okay? Anything is possible. So, hopefully that mental game is strong on Champagne and Cocaine. You know, if they've got control of their rational minds right now. Hopefully the substances haven't taken over at this point. But yeah, taking their time at halftime, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to win, you'll do what it takes. Don't feel pressure, you know, that, oh, we're taking too long, so let's rush into this next half and lose the match promptly and swiftly, you know. So taking your time, always good, even if you need to pause it in the middle of the match, you know. But here we go. We're starting the second half. It's currently 3-0 for Cafe Monster, with some signs, glimmers of hope for Champagne and Cocaine to maybe take a round or two here. Going into this next mid, going to be so crucial. But I'm going to go ahead and take a look actually at the scouts. We've seen a lot of scout dominance from from both teams, but really a lot of impressive plays here out of Cafe Monster scouts. We're watching High Five, keeping track of that soldier, but his roamer's in, and guess what? He's just going to hold W completely uncontested, focuses down Joshua, and he's just sitting against the back wall so passively. Eats that pipe, but he's pocketing his medic real hard right now, but currently it looks like a 3v1. Where's the rest of his team? Yomps, nowhere to be seen. Retreating, getting out with Gekner, so it looks like the strategy for Champagne and Cocaine is really relying on that passive play, but they've kind of figured out the method of Cafe Monster's aggression, so they're cleaning it up efficiently and then pushing forward as a team without losing their medic and demo. So trying to push in here on second, they realize they don't quite have the positioning to take that right off the momentum of their mid cap, but they do want to still keep spamming here. HB, you know, this is actually the first stalemate I think we've seen with Cafe Monster on the defense, and we're gonna see hopefully someone go for a play to open this up. HB just picking up his ammo, probably gonna get buffed up, and I think he's probably gonna go for that force. Let's see what the positioning's like for Cafe Monster. Actually quite aggressive up near this saw room. Could make them a bit vulnerable if HB does decide to bomb in, but they've got the scout on the standard spot up on the wall, there to deny any soldiers that peek their heads out of that window. HB kind of approaching the window, hopefully wanting to spam the wall to get those scouts off of it. But they're just slowing it down, you know, taking their time. They're finally in the driving seat, and they want to make this a slam dunk. That's really important for them right now, is to just get on the board. But High Five trying to peek, you know, just trying to disrupt them a little bit, maybe turn some eyes and force a mistake off someone. Muma here moving into Saw alone. Could be a risky play. Could eat a double donk just inadvertently from Deska's loose cannon there, but still just chilling. Each team taking their time. High Five meeting two scouts lower, but no one really wanting to commit. No one wants to give up that crucial first pick, you know, because that can open everything and that can really swing the momentum of the round. And HB, though, now in position down here lower, starting to spam across. Looks like he just wants to hold the flank. I don't really know what they're waiting for. Maybe trying to bait out some impatience out of Cafe Monster, who might be taking the bait. You know, he is a goldfish after all, and if he takes it, he could be punished. Goldfish peeking in real hard here. But the spam is putting Desko down to half health. What I would like to see is on the follow-up to that spam, send in their soldier. Look, Deska's no longer in position to really do any damage. That's when they need to send in that soldier. But it looks like HB went for it, got completely denied in that window. Going to fall down to the ground, and now Goldfish moving on one pick, trying to get in on mid. Moving up through Catwalk. Going to not check for sticky traps. A bit risky, but he's in clean. The Uber's popped. He's just trying to force a multi, and wow, look how deep he goes to take out Muma. And his loyal medic Gekner going to follow him all the way across mid. Meanwhile, the Uber popped on the other side. They're going to be focusing down Yomps, but Scout down for one side and Demo down for the other. But now, trades happening left and right. We've got Purple Shirt up on the roof. Let's see what he can do. He's going to get jumped by two soldiers. He goes down. Chronic K. Chronix, thank you for the sub. Hope you're enjoying this match so far. And looks like this is exactly what Champagne and Cocaine needed. Gekner, though, gets the arrow to save his own life. Down to 30 health. The spam rocket's coming from his right. The scout peppering from his left. But he's going to survive 40 health, and he gets back in spawn. Man, Gekner somehow escaping on an Uber where he pushed all the way across the point onto the other team's side and then just ran across all on his own. Gets completely ignored. It's as if he's wearing the cloak of invisibility. And now it's currently Gekner's advantage on last, though. Pushing off of last. Bit risky at times, but with this 40% advantage, looks like Goldfish really wants to take it in. He's just Ubering in early, going to jump in deep, and I think he's going to try and focus down Sam, but Sam reacts just in time, going to retreat. Joshua and Sesko, no scouts alive. Muma baits for that trap, but Deska takes out Muma, so a clean push out. It's going to be a 3 versus 5 here. 2 soldiers and a medic with Uber, though, against 5 players from Cafe Monster. Using that Uber to intimidate Cafe Monster. They're holding their forward ground, but the Uber's pop now, and HB kind of extends himself, isolates himself over on the flank, and Yomps and High Five get that kill and then promptly just disappear. And that was a wasted Uber in my opinion. You know, they had that opportunity when all of Cafe Monster was grouped up in Saw. That's when you want to Uber into them. You don't want to sit back and get forced. You know what I mean? Wow, this is a back cap, a wrap play. I think this is going to work. Looks like it's just Deska here to try and contest. But he gets shot in the back by Sesko. So great flank here from Sesko. And Purple Shirt just doing what he can. But he's going to go down, get spammed down. Yomp spawning up on NG. Let's see if he can even get this sentry up. He's going to be throwing down that sentry and then pushing forward with his trusty pump action. Takes down HB with 2 shots to the chest. All of Cocaine getting on the point, and now they're on the board. There you go, starting the second half off strong. It's 3-1 now. Could be the beginnings of a big comeback. And now, going into the next mid. Who's it going to be? Who's going to open it up? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to watch Goldfish, actually. Looks like he's been not taking his time. He's, you know, just bombing in right off the heels of his roamer. Pushing over the roof and actually just trying to control the high ground this time. But we've seen Champagne and Cocaine adapt so well. They've started cleaning up the early aggression from Cafe Monster and keep their numbers up. But oh my gosh, a double dunk across mid. And Sam's going to go down, but I think that's going to prompt some aggression out of the Champagne and Cocaine squad. Here they go. Soldier jumps in, hits his head on the ceiling, and he's just going to get cleaned up quickly. But High Five and Gekner go down. Mumu with a nice pipe. And the flank from HB, who wrapped around into Saw. Deska gets 2 double dunks this mid. Now it's just Muma, who's only at 50 health. I don't think he's going to make it out. Deska trying to chase him down. And, oh, Muma gets Deska down to 3 health, but ends up committing suicide on that pipe. Do subs have to pay the 1 key? No, they don't. But you still do provide the gift wrap. Anyways, continuing in on this match, Uber's roughly even. But every time we've seen this situation, what have we seen? We've seen Cafe Monster move towards lower, where they can have plenty of space to fan out as a team and just try and take over the second point. Meanwhile, the heals from Cocaine so far back, in no position whatsoever to defend this. They really need to work on that positioning. I hope that at this point in the match they recognize that they're literally giving this up for free by putting themselves so far back. When no Ubers are in play, it's risky of Cafe Monster to be doing that, and they need to be, you know, punished for it, at least challenged and conceded based on a decision, not just oh, we were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ubers pop first on the defense, never a good thing. And they're all going to be pushing forward to get that force out, which might just put them right in the crosshairs of Goldfish, who's pushing all the way up to this truck. But the numbers are even at the moment. Another off class or another combat class in favor of Cocaine, but they're going to just be focused down. Sesko unable to do it this time, and it's 4-1, boys. 4-1. So the huge mistake was just conceding second and giving that opening onto last point. And now this mid could mean everything for the Champagne and Cocaine squad. Going to be watching Joshua, who's been cleaning up the roamer consistently in the last couple rounds here. But now on this mid, a bit weak, just playing near his heels. Notice the positioning disadvantage that his team is at. But there it is. They take down Purple Shirt first. Sesko goes down as well. But once again, the double dunk across the mid takes out Sam. Cherry User doing what he can to get a couple frags. Shooting that ceiling. I think he has a thing for ceilings. And he's going to go down. Gekner survives. When they sent in those 2 players to get those, like, make a last effort to salvage this round, they really needed to take the medic out. That's really their only hope for saving this round. 6 seconds on the soldier spawns. I think they're going to spawn just in time to defend last here, but things aren't looking too good. We've got Goldfish here. Leading it in on the left. The Ubers popped early because of the sniper pressure, but all of Cocaine is in spawn, and they're just going to start that cap time. Goldfish using the last second of that Uber to bomb across. He goes down to Chair User, but the frags are being exchanged left and right, and it looks like Cocaine is going to all be cleaned up here. And Cafe Monster takes it, and that's GG. That's a 5-1 scoreline. So even more convincing than I thought. Wow, 5-1.